Hello and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for the support and feedback. Today we are playing with oats. But before we delve into the video, don't forget to subscribe and share to all your friends. It's going to be packed today. So like I said, we are playing with oats today. Here I have two bowls. One has instant quick oats and the other has powdered oats. You can get the instant oats on the market in any brand of your choice. So this is what I like to call oats flour. You can get this on the market already grinded, but if not, you could get your instant oats and use your blender to grind it into a flour, and then you're good to go. For the recipes I'm about to share, you can use either of them. I would recommend the oats flour for babies and picky eaters. For toddlers who are used to texture, you can use the instant oats in its original state. For the demonstration in the video, I'll be using the oats flour. So into my saucepan, I pour in my oats flour, about 4 tablespoons, and then add a cup of water. Then stir it in, making sure that there are no lumps and I get a smooth, watery mixture. Oatmeal contains high amounts of fiber, magnesium, iron, and zinc, and it's obviously very good for your baby and your toddler as well. So I'll be cooking this for between 7 and 10 minutes. So I will be using my banku stirrer or wooden stick or gigincho or benkuta to stir my oats. So this is what I'm looking at with the consistency for my almost 6-month-old. So I have served my oats and it has been cooling for about 10 minutes. So right now you're free to add any sweetener of your choice. I would be adding breast milk to it for my baby. On the other hand, this is the consistency I'm looking at for my toddler. Realize it's a bit thicker than the previous one. So I also served him, and you can add any sweetener of your choice and age appropriate milk. Now back to baby's oats. What I will be doing is to be adding bananas. Yes, mashed bananas. So I'll just get my fork and mash my banana until it's smooth and has very little lumps because I want my baby to enjoy texture as well. This will also serve as a sweetener in the oats for my baby. So there we go, into the oats, and then I make sure I stir very well to incorporate everything into the oatmeal mixture. Here I'm adding some breast milk. You can add your baby's formula and then mix it until it's well incorporated. So that's a bit of the banana in there. So your oats porridge is now ready. Another sweetener you could consider is the apple. So what I'll be doing is that because baby is not yet 8 months, I'll be peeling the apple and removing the seeds. Instead of a knife, you could use a peeler. So now that the apples are peeled and the seeds have been removed, I'll proceed and chop the apples into tiny bits. Now we'll be cooking this with just a little water. So realize how much water I put in there. Enough just to cover the apple, because I want to cook it and be left with little or no water. So this is all done and cooked. So the next step is to puree the apple. So I pour this into my blender. And make it into a fine puree. So this is the apple all blended up. This is a great choice of meal for your baby's first food as well. So you could use some of the apple as a sweetener for your oats porridge for your baby. Another way of enjoying the oats porridge is to add carrots. Yes. So make sure you say back to back to back. So I'll be cooking the oats porridge with grated carrots. You can also blend the carrots, but just after you've cooked them, because if not, it will be difficult for the carrots to cook and become soft. So as usual, I get my saucepan and then pour in my oats flour and then add in my carrots. So you could also cook the apple in the same way by grating the apple and mixing it with your oats, so that you cook it together rather than doing the puree and then using it as a sweetener. You will have the same outcome anyway. So here I'm mixing my carrots and oats flour very well so that I do not get any lumps in there. I will be cooking this for a minimum of 10 minutes. In view of spoiling you for choice, I'll be showing you an alternative to the carrots and oats recipe. What you can do is to chop your carrots like you see, and then get your saucepan and cook your carrots for about 10 minutes till they are soft. So you add just a little water, like the method you used in cooking the apples. Once your carrots are cooked, pour it into a blender. And instead of water, I would prefer you add age-appropriate milk, or in my case, breast milk, or your baby's formula. Then you blend. This is what the puree is looking like. You could thin it out with water or breast milk. So this could also serve as your baby's first vegetable meal. Again, if you do not want to grate your carrots and use it for the oats porridge, you could puree it first and then mix a bit of it with the cooked oats porridge. You get the same outcome. Now let's make something for our toddlers and babies with sharp teeth. We are doing pancakes, but with a twist. Here I have my oats flour, melted butter or margarine if you like, 2 small-sized bananas. You could add more if you wish. Then I have 1 egg, a dash of salt, and because this is for my toddler, I want to add honey. This honey is proudly sponsored by my mother-in-law. So I want to say something about the melted butter. You could pop it in the microwave just before you start the recipe so that you still have it in the liquid form. So we get a mixing bowl, and into it we are going to be adding our oats flour. This is about 5 tablespoons. Add your salt, mix your dry ingredients together, and then you set it aside. In a different bowl, you wash, peel, and then break your bananas into bits like you're seeing. And then you use your fork to mash it into an almost smooth mixture. Now, because this is for your toddler, you don't need to make it extra smooth. And like I said, it's also for babies with sharp teeth. So I would prefer that you leave some chunks of banana, or maybe lumps if you want to call it, in there. So I'll break an egg into another bowl. This is just so that if the egg is spoiled, I can have the opportunity to change it, so that I will not ruin my recipe. So I'll beat the egg and then add it to my mashed banana. Then mix both of them together very well. In goes my honey. So of course you can omit this step if your baby is not 1 year yet. So now you get your bowl of dry ingredients and add in your egg and banana mixture. Now mix all the ingredients in properly. Now the last thing to add in will be your melted butter or margarine. Continue to stir until everything is well mixed up. So this is the butter we are looking at. We will be frying next. I will not be adding any oil in there, just a scoop of the mixture into the frying pan. Forgive the shaking camera, it's the work of my 3-year-old assistant. So I'd say you fry both sides for about 3 to 4 minutes. I'm now peeking to see if it's brown enough on the other side, so that I can just flip my pancake over for the other side to also fry for about 3 to 4 minutes also. Shena kono. I am sure you adults will also hop on and enjoy this breakfast. I garnished with a little honey and some bananas. Do try out any of the recipes and let me know how your baby or toddler enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click the notification bell so that the next time I post a video, you will be notified. Keep blooming.